Hi, it's Carl Brower, and I have an important question to ask. What if you could end your car's aging process? Actually freeze its current condition and stop it from getting any older? That may sound impossible, but if you practice a combination of dutiful maintenance and purposeful cosmetic protection, you'll be astonished at not only how long your car lasts, but at how its signs of aging vanish. The mechanical steps to maximize your car's lifespan are worthy of their own story. For this story, we're going to focus on your car's appearance and the single most important material in creating an automotive fountain of youth: paint protection film. You may not be familiar with the term paint protection film, which also goes by the acronym PPF, but it's been around for decades and the technology behind it has rapidly evolved in recent years. PPF is exactly what the term sounds like: a film that protects your paint from damage. This damage can range from the constant flow of rocks and debris your car is subjected to every time it's on the road, to the potential sun damage it endures every time it leaves the garage. This kind of protection is often sought after by owners of high-end sports cars and exotic cars who consider PPF an investment in their car's long-term value. By installing PPF, they can enjoy driving their six-figure investments without worrying about the signs of age that afflict any car not restricted to the garage or trailered to car shows for static display. If you've ever bought a new car, you've likely seen this wear firsthand: paint chips and scratches that start accumulating within days of driving it off the dealer lot. And if you've purchased a used car, there's no avoiding the network of scars scattered across various body panels, with a particularly dense network of them on forward-facing surfaces like the grille, hood, and exterior mirrors. Paint protection film can prevent this type of damage, but its benefits go beyond avoiding chips and scratches. The film also serves as a protective layer against sun damage, especially in warmer southern climates where bright sunlight can elevate a car's body panel temperatures to above 150 degrees on darker colors. The film's smooth surface also makes it much easier to clean your car, with everything from dirt and grime to dead bugs sliding off the PPF much easier than it would from the metal underneath it. Which brings up perhaps the most common source of cosmetic damage a car faces: getting washed. Washing a car properly is yet another topic worthy of a deep dive, but the short answer is most of the tiny scratches that dull a car's shine over time happen when the car is being washed. You can avoid scratching your paint while washing it, but it requires a very specific process most people, and sadly most local car wash businesses, don't practice. Once again, if you have paint protection film, you don't have to worry about less than perfect car washing procedures, whether you wash your car on your own or pay someone else. Because what's really getting washed is the film as the paint rests safely beneath it. It's this combination of protection that can freeze your paint's aging process once PPF is applied. But this begs the obvious question: is it worth applying PPF to a mainstream or older car that's already been subjected to damage for years or even decades? That answer will depend on two primary factors: what shape is the paint in, and how much do you like the car? If your paint is already damaged with a vast array of large chips and scratches across much of its body, it's probably not worth the cost of adding PPF, at least not unless you invest in paint repair work first before the PPF goes on. But the investment may be justified depending on the second factor: how important is this car to you, and how long do you intend to own and drive it? I can offer a specific first-hand example of an investment in PPF that made sense on an older vehicle. I recently purchased a 2002 BMW 330 Ci convertible with only 54,000 miles on the odometer. This car wears one of my favorite BMW colors, steel blue, and the paint was in relatively good shape despite being over 20 years old. More importantly, I know these cars can last for more than 200,000 miles because this car replaced a 2001 BMW 325 Ci convertible I previously owned with 217,000 miles, and it was still going strong when I sold it. Between my latest BMW's gorgeous paint in relatively good condition and my confidence in how long I plan to keep the car, halting its aging process even 23 years after it was first sold made sense. I researched different paint protection films and decided to go with Pure PPF, a film company specializing in colored films, but one that also just introduced a clear film that lets my BMW's steel blue paint shine through. Pure PPF warranties its film for either 7 or 12 years against defects. And it says the cost of applying the film to an entire vehicle can range from $2,000 to $7,000, depending on the type of car and what the installer charges. The film can be removed whenever the vehicle owner chooses, and Envious Detailing in Orange, California has applied paint protection film to several of my previous cars, with every installation reflecting exceptional quality. But those cars were all high-end, high-priced models that saw limited use on special occasions. This is the first time I've applied PPF to a sub-$20,000 car that serves as my daily driver. Thankfully, both Pure PPF and NVS Detailing don't discriminate on the quality of their product. My 2002 BMW received the same careful attention that my 2023 Dodge Demon 170, 2019 Ford GT, and 2012 Porsche 911 Turbo S received during installation. And the Pure PPF now provides the same protective anti-aging benefits my more expensive cars enjoy. Eric Schuster, owner and operator of NVS Detailing, spoke with me about the characteristics of paint protection film and the benefits of using it on any vehicle, from a $500,000 Ford GT to a $10,000 BMW. Here I am at the NVS Detailing facilities talking to the owner-operator, Eric Schuster. And Eric, you've been able to get a lot of work done on this car. You're about halfway through the 3 Series. You've pulled a lot of the exterior panels so you can get that nice, clean, no-seam coverage. And you've been using the Pure PPF. What's your response so far?
First time using the film, right out of the box, you can tell it's extremely glossy. It's got a really nice top coat to it. You can feel how slick it is, so the hydrophobics are definitely going to be there. And then once we started getting the film on the vehicle, the install is going very, very smooth. I like the film. It stretches well. In squeegeeing the film onto the panel, it's super smooth. So the squeegees are gliding very, very well. It's optically clear, so you're getting a lot of transparency through the film, which is always good because you get a lot of gloss that way. The film is actually enhancing the gloss levels on the vehicle as well.
These are all important factors that play into how well a PPF product works. And you've got a lot of experience working with different types of film, obviously. So yeah, you would put the Pure PPF film up there in terms of the spectrum of films that are out there right now, in terms of all those factors you just talked about.
It is, yep. It's one of the better films that we've used. Out of, you know, a lot of the film companies want to always tout themselves as the best, but we're always looking for better, 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 and this would be better than most.
Excellent. So, well, that's fabulous. And yeah, I've been looking at the car today, about halfway through the process. It seems pretty fabulous in terms of, you know, it's one of my favorite colors. I really wanted to get this car, but it's a 2002, you know, it's an old car and it only has 54,000 miles on it. It's in very clean shape and it's one of my favorite eras of cars. And the whole point is, you know, stop the aging process, right? I got this car in spite of its age and it's having over 50,000 miles on it. It still looks extremely clean. And I think a lot of people would wonder, you know, why would you PPF a 20-plus-year-old car with over 50,000 miles? And the answer is because this is a unique car from a unique era. I'm a huge fan of this E46 platform. I think it's one of the best driving cars you can buy. And when I find one in this clean a shape, I want to stop that aging process. And isn't that what any PPF film is going to hopefully do, is basically whether you put it on a new exotic car with 8 miles or you put it on a 20-year-old car with 80,000 miles, whatever state that car is in when you put the film on should kind of halt the aging process. You're not going to get any more chips, any more damage from things flying at you on the road.
Exactly. The other benefit too is the UV protection. So right. the paintwork's not going to fade. When the film takes all of the abuse from life on the road, from being in the sun, UV damage, the film's absorbing all of that, so you take the film off and then your paintwork is still in great shape.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother element too. And again, if you've got a car that's been maybe kept in a garage for most of its life, if it's mostly been protected from UV damage, then even though it's a 15, 20-year-old car, you could now cover it with film and it was already in great shape. And again, now if you drive it more outside, or maybe you can't keep it outside anymore, maybe the earlier owner, it was their only car and their pride and joy, it's your second or third car and it's going to sit on the street, put the film on, again, it's going to slow down the aging process for the UV as well.
Yep.
Well, I really appreciate all the work you've done on this car.
Yeah,
I've been working with you in the past on cars that were far more valuable than this one, but I think, again, the point is that whether you're doing a really expensive new exotic or you're doing like a favorite, a kind of sympathetic vintage favorite that someone like me really loves, you guys can do the same level of quality work and
absolutely
make sure the car is protected.
Yep, quality at the forefront. It doesn't matter if it's a Ford GT, you know, Dodge Demon, a Kia Soul, a Porsche, or BMW that's 20-something years old. Doesn't matter, it's quality at the forefront. So,
Eric, thank you for all your help.
All right, Carl, thanks.
Here we are, we're back at NVS Detailing and we're looking at the completed project with the Pure PPF all over the vehicle, covering it, and it's pretty amazing. This is a 23-year-old car and the paint was already in pretty good shape, but the work that they did really helped improve the gloss between some color correction on the paint and then the pure PPF going over the top. It really increased the glossiness to the vehicle. You can see it when you look close up. So the car has a whole new look to it, and I mean new is the key word there. It's really just an example of what you can do if you have an older vehicle that you like. It's already in pretty good shape and you want to stop that aging process and kind of refurbish it. This is a great example. It's a great color. It's one of my favorite specs for this E46 generation of BMW, and I'm thrilled to see how it looks now when it's brightened up and fully protected by pure PPF.